3 months, that's how long it has been since you married Jungkook, the man everyone calls the cold Mafia king. You remember the day of wedding? He looked handsome, calm and respectful, a perfect gentleman in a black suit. Everyone said you were lucky. And for a while you believed it too. He never raised his voice, never disrespected you, never ignored your comfort. But over time you learned something painful. Jungkook might take care of your needs, but he forgets that you also have a heart. Every day in his mansion feels the same. You wake up, eat breakfast alone, sometimes join him for dinner, sometimes not. He always greets you with short, polite words, the same ones every time. Did you have breakfast? Yes. Do you need anything? No. Then silence, always silence. He doesn't ask how your day was, doesn't laugh at your jokes, doesn't look into your eyes long enough to make your heart flutter. He takes care of your clothes, your jewelry, your expenses, everything material, but never you. You used to think maybe he was shy or just not expressive, but no, he's simply cold, too cold. Sometimes when he walks past you, your heart wants to speak. You want to say, sit with me for a while, but the moment you look at his face, that calm, unreadable expression, the words die in your throat, you just smile faintly, pretending it doesn't hurt. One afternoon, you sat in the balcony garden with a cup of tea. The air smelled of roses and rain. You heard someone talking in the hallway below. It was Jungkook's younger brother Jungsu. His voice was warm, soft, full of life. Jungsu on the phone. You didn't eat again, babe. You promised. No, no, don't lie to me. I can hear it in your voice. He laughed softly. Okay, fine. I'll bring your favorite ramen tomorrow. Deal? You couldn't help but smile. It was innocent, affectionate, and so normal. Then you heard him again, later that week, again in the same hallway. Jungsu on call, I love you. Yeah, I really do. I miss you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Those words, I love you, echoed in your heart like music from another world. You realized how long it had been since anyone said that to you. Your husband never did, not even once. A few days later, Jungsu knocked gently on your door. He held a small basket of flowers. Hey, can you help me pick colors for this bouquet? Smiling faintly, sure, what's the occasion? Jungsu grinning, it's for my fiancée. She loves peonies, but I can't decide between pink or white. You paused for a moment, your fingers brushed over the petals. She's lucky to have someone like you. Nah, I'm the lucky one. He smiled proudly. You smiled back, but inside something sank deep into your chest. The way he spoke with joy, warmth, and love, it reminded you of everything you were missing. You had a husband who gave you diamonds but never a smile. You had security but never affection. When Jungsu left, you stood by the window for a long time, staring at the flowers. The air outside smelled sweet, but inside everything felt empty. That night Jungkook came home late as usual. The mansion was quiet. You had set the table, but the food had gone cold. You waited for him like every night, hoping maybe today would be different. He walked in wearing his usual dark suit, his expression calm and unreadable. The maids bowed as he passed. He entered the dining hall, eyes briefly meeting yours. You didn't eat. I wasn't hungry. Eat something before you sleep, Jungkook said. You nodded without speaking. He sat opposite you, ate quietly, not saying a word. You tried to start a conversation, any conversation. Your brother was showing me the flowers he picked for his fiancée. Jungkook, without looking up, said, "Hmm, they are really sweet together. He has always been that way." That's it. Just one sentence, then silence again. You watched him as he ate, the way he moved, calm, composed, distant. You wanted to ask, "Why can't you be like that with me?" But you knew the answer would only hurt you. Later that night, you sat in your bedroom while he worked in his study next door. The sound of typing echoed faintly through the wall. You looked at your reflection in the mirror. Your eyes looked tired, not from work, but from waiting. You whispered to yourself, "He takes care of everything but not me." You thought about how Jungsu spoke to his fiancée with love and laughter, how he said, "I miss you and I love you" without hesitation, and how Jungkook, your own husband, had never once said anything that made you feel like a wife. You sighed and looked towards the closed study door. Maybe this is what being a mafia wife means, you thought, being protected but not loved. And still, even after all the coldness, you couldn't bring yourself to hate him. He wasn't cruel, he wasn't unkind, he was just empty. A man so used to control that he forget what warmth feels like. You went to bed, staring at the ceiling, listening to the faint clicking of his laptop keys. You turned off the light and whispered into the darkness, "Jungkook, when will you look at me like I matter?" But the silence answered you again, it always did. That night, air in the mansion felt heavier than usual. The maids whispered quietly in the kitchen, their eyes full of concern. You hadn't touched your dinner again. The plate of rice and vegetables sat cold on the table, the soup untouched. You sat by the window staring out at the garden. The moonlight fell softly across your face. You could hear the faint ticking of the wall clock, each sound echoing in your chest like a reminder of time passing, of moments lost. Your heart felt heavy. You had everything any woman could dream of: money, safety, beauty, luxury. But you didn't have the one thing you wanted most: connection. You thought about what happened that afternoon with Jungsu. He walked into the living room with his usual cheerful smile, holding a few bouquets wrapped in paper. "Hey, sister in law, can you help me pick the colors for this bouquet?" You looked up from your book and smiled politely. "Sure, but what's it for?" He laughed softly. "For my fiancée. It's her birthday tomorrow. She loves flowers, but I can't decide. Should I go with red or white roses?" You stared at the bouquets. The flowers looked alive, full of flowers, fragrance, and feelings, something your life had lost long ago. "She's lucky," you said softly. "Nah, I'm the lucky one. Every time I send her flowers, she sends me a picture back holding them. It's my favorite part of the day." He forced a small smile and nodded, but your chest tightened painfully. You helped him pick the white roses, said a polite goodbye, and watched him leave. His face was glowing with happiness. The moment he disappeared down the hallway, the tears you had been holding back started to sting your eyes. You quickly blinked them away. You weren't jealous of his fiancée, you were jealous of the love, the way he spoke with warmth, with laughter, with emotion. It reminded you of everything you didn't have. You thought, why doesn't my husband talk to me like that? Jungkook was perfect in every way, responsible, disciplined, loyal, but his perfection came wrapped in silence. He never smiled without reason, never laughed out loud, never said I miss you. You look beautiful or I love you. He treated you with respect but not affection. And slowly that respect began to feel like distance. That night you didn't even try to eat. The loneliness had built a wall around you and food couldn't break through it. You just wanted to feel seen, wanted to be heard, wanted him. The clock struck 11. The sound of a car pulling into the driveway made your heart jump. You quickly wiped your face and straightened your hair. Moments later, the front door opened. His footsteps were calm and steady, echoing against the marble floor. Sir, Madam hasn't eaten dinner, maid said, bowing slightly. You heard Jungkook's voice, cool, controlled as always. I'll take care of it, he said. He walked upstairs, and a few seconds later, your bedroom door opened. He stood there in his black shirt and tie, sleeves rolled up, eyes dark and unreadable. You didn't have dinner. You didn't answer immediately, you just looked at him, really looked at him. The man you called your husband, the man who had everything but a heart that spoke. You said quietly, I wasn't hungry. You will fall sick if you keep skipping meals, Jungkook said. His voice was calm, detached, like every word was part of a routine. That was it. That was the last thread that broke. You stood up, your eyes meeting his. Your voice was soft but steady. Jungkook, I feel like leaving this marriage. He froze for the first time in months. He looked shocked. Jungkook said slowly, what? Yes, I can't live like this anymore, you said. He blinked, his face expressionless again, but you could see his jaw tightening. Why? You almost laughed, not out of humor, but disbelief. Why? Because I feel alone, Jungkook. I feel alone even when you are standing right in front of me. He took a small step closer, his tone still calm. I take care of everything you need. What else do you want? Your eyes filled with tears. I don't want diamonds or dresses, Jungkook. I want you. I want my husband to look at me, talk to me, share with me. You ask about breakfast and clothes, but you never ask about me. He said nothing, just stood there listening, his eyes dark and still. You swallowed hard and continued, your voice trembling. Your younger brother Jungsu isn't even married yet, but look at him. He calls his fiancée, he loves with her, he tells her he loves her. I heard him once saying, I miss you, I can't wait to see you, and you never even smile at me. You treat me like an obligation, not a partner. He looked away, his fingers tightening around the edge of his sleeve. You said through tears, I don't want to live like this. I want someone to share my sadness, my happiness, someone who cares when I cry and smiles when I smile. Isn't that what we owe Jungkook? To be there for each other? Learn from your brother, Jungkook. Learn from him how to love your wife. You paused, breathing heavily, your voice cracking. I feel like you don't love me at all. That line hit him harder than any bullet ever could. His lips parted slightly, but his voice came out low, rough. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't have married you in the first place. You stared at him, tears spilling freely now. Then why don't you show it? Why are you so cold? There was a long silence. He looked down, then slowly met your eyes again because I was trained like that. You frowned. What? He sighed deeply and sat on the edge of the bed, his shoulders heavy. His voice softened for the first time. Being the first child in a mafia family means I don't have the freedom to feel. I was trained from childhood to suppress emotions, to never show weakness. My father believed feelings make you weak. So I learned to hide them, bury them, control them. I became what I am, strict, cold, untouchable. It was the only way to survive in this world. He paused, his eyes glistening now, his voice shaking slightly. You know how badly I want to express my love for you. Every day I see you waiting for me, smiling at me, and I want to hold you, tell you how beautiful you are, but I can't. It's like my heart knows the words, but my mouth forgets them. I grew up in a cage that punished emotions. I forget how to show love. You covered your mouth as silent tears fell. Jungkook said softly, my brother doesn't have those restrictions. He can live freely, laugh loudly, say whatever he feels. But me, I can't. I have spent years acting strong, cold, emotionless, and now I don't even know how to be anything else. He finally looked at you, his eyes shining with tears. He wasn't used to showing. You said I don't love you, but you're wrong. You're the only thing that makes me feel alive. When you said you wanted to leave, it felt like a volcano burst inside me. I didn't know what to do with the pain. I'm trying to hold it in, but it's burning me. Please don't go. He stood up slowly, lowering his head, his voice breaking completely. See, my eyes are shedding tears, but I still don't know how to show my pain. Please help me, Juan. Please teach me how to show emotions, but don't leave me. I cannot live without you. Your body froze. For months you had dreamed of hearing something, anything, from his heart, and now that it was in front of you, raw and broken, you couldn't stop your own tears. You stepped closer, your hands trembling, and lifted his chin gently. You said, whispering, Jungkook, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know everything. You just need to be real with me. That's all I ever wanted. His breath hissed. You smiled through your tears and wrapped your arms around him. At first, he didn't move. His hands hovered awkwardly in the air, as if unsure what to do. Then, slowly, he placed them around your waist, holding you tightly. The first real embrace since your wedding. You felt his heartbeat, fast and desperate, against your chest. I love you, Juan. I do. I just forgot how to show it. Then we'll learn together. You leaned your head against his chest, and for the first time you felt warmth spreading through the room. The cold walls of the mansion no longer felt like a prison. He kissed your forehead gently, a hesitant, trembling kiss, but full of sincerity. Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for finally coming home, not just to this house but to me, you said, smiling softly. He nodded slowly, his arms tightening around you as if pride you might disappear. The next morning, sunlight streamed into the bedroom. You woke up to find a small white rose on your bedside table, wrapped with a ribbon. A teeny note was stuck beside in it, Jungkook's handwriting. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I'm trying, JK. You smiled, pressing the flower to your chest for the first time since your marriage. Your heart felt full. The cool Mafia husband who once lived behind walls of silence had finally taken his first step towards love, and you, the wife who never stopped hoping, had taught him how to feel again. Thank you for watching.